Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Vanessa's van life journey. How are you guys doing today? Me and Treasure over here working and we grinding. Y'all gonna get a couple of videos with the same outfit on, the same hairstyle on, the same makeup on, but a different topic. Another day, another dollar. So how are you guys doing today? Welcome to my channel, all my new and all my old subscribers. Let me know in the comments bar below if you are enjoying these videos that I am putting together, addressing different topics that I have seen you guys ask about in my comments and in the comments of Tiny Home Tours. Oh my goodness, Tiny Home Tours video has over 500 and something comments, y'all. If I address all y'all comments, I have enough content for the rest of the year. Let me know if y'all want me to do that. I ain't got nothing but time to come and talk to y'all, and it's easier for me to come and talk to y'all because y'all, I don't have no money to be traveling and stuff right now. I'm just sitting still. Live van life might be boring. So if I'm addressing some of your concerns and answering your questions, hopefully that is entertaining and helpful to you guys. So let me know in the comments bar below if y'all like that. And don't forget to thumbs up the video. And if you're watching this video for the first time, or the second time, or the third time, and you ain't subscribed to this channel, what you waiting on? Okay? Subscribe to the channel. Help your girl out, okay? So anyway, y'all, I want to talk about my van, the purchase of my van. I purchased my van for a measly $1,300. Now, I know some of y'all got more than $1,300, okay? I know some of y'all is not broke and busted and can't be trusted like I was. Like I was broke. I was broke financially. I was broke down physically and mentally. I was distressed. I was a hot mess, y'all. I was a hot mess, but you know, God always give you that little bitty glimmer of hope. The Bible say if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains, girl. And I always say, I got more than, Lord, I should be able to move some mountains because I got more than faith the size of a mustard seed. So, you know, sometimes, y'all, you just be having that little bitty, teeny bit of glimmer of hope. But baby, that's enough. I am living proof, and I am here to tell you that a teeny bit of glimmer of hope is enough. Now, you let me know in the comments bar below if you got a teeny bitty glimmer of hope. Like you might have been down, you might have been out, you might have been depressed, you might not feel like you ain't gonna never get a van, get a vehicle, get your hopes and your dreams. You might not have a job. You might not have no money. You might be like me, didn't have no job, no money, didn't know where your next meal gonna come from. But baby, guess what? God brought me in your life to show you that it is possible. That's your glimmer of hope. Even if you ain't got no glimmer of hope within yourself, let me be your glimmer of hope today, okay? I don't mind. Ain't I cute? I'm cute, y'all. I'm some pretty cute glimmer of hope. And thank you for all y'all people that's leaving the comments down below and talking about, oh, I'm so beautiful, and oh, she's so sweet, and oh, she's so nice, and oh, she's so kind, and oh, she's so smart, and oh, she's so innovative, and oh, she got a beautiful complexion. Girl, all that is true. Thank you. I got the big head, y'all. I got the big head. So anyway, you guys, I'm crazy. You will find out on this channel I am crazy. I call my subscribers nutty buddies because I am crazy. I am a nutty buddy. And, you know, I can't apologize for it. You know, I'm a comedian. I'm funny. At times, I'm serious. I always say I must be bipolar because, baby, you don't matter. You don't know what you're going to get. One day I'm laughing, and 1 minute I'm laughing, and 1 minute a troll coming in the chat, and next thing you know, he getting cursed out, and it's just, you know, you never know what you're going to get. It's like life is like a box of chocolates. But I have been very good at trying to tame the inner beast. So anyway, you guys, let me be your glimmer of hope. If you are in a situation, if you have circumstances and you have a hope and a dream, it don't even have to be van life. It could be anything. You have a hope and a dream. You don't know how you're going to achieve that hope and that dream, but all you know is you want it. And if you want it bad enough, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. If you want it bad enough, you're going to get it. You're going to find a way to get it. You're going to remember, if you have hope the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. And I know, even though you down and out and you sad and you depressed, girl, I know you got more than enough hope, than enough faith, the size of a mustard seed. See, a lot of y'all got the faith the size of a mustard seed, but you ain't activated the faith. See, you can have a small amount of faith, but you got to get up and you got to activate it. Like faith without works is dead. Your dreams, your hopes, they dead. It's not gonna come to fruition until you activate that faith. Faith without works is dead. You got to get up and you got to work. You got to work towards what you want. If that just means getting out the bed, brushing your teeth, washing your face. If that means just sitting around watching YouTube videos on the subject of what you want to master, educating yourself, that's showing God you taking this serious, girl. So I didn't have money to get a van. I had a series of events that just led me to just say, God, I just want to sit my butt down somewhere and just let me sit down, Lord, and just let me recuperate. Just let me recover. Just breathe life back into me, God. And so I voluntarily repoed a fairly new cargo van. It was a Ford cargo van, but I didn't know anything about van life. And I voluntarily repoed it. It took them people 3 months to come pick that thing up because by Texas law, you cannot repo a vehicle until the person is 3 months behind on the car note. And even though you are voluntarily repoing a car, some dealerships want you to become 3 months behind on the car. If you call them today and say, come get this car, I don't want it no more, they gonna leave it there for 3 months because they want you to be 3 months behind on the car note. Because some of them want it to affect your credit, and some of them are hoping that if they let you keep the vehicle for 3 months, that you will possibly come up with the money and change your mind. I don't know if they get better deals from the insurance companies who they have their money insured with if they let the car go back for 3 months. But baby, I voluntarily repoed that van and was calling them and telling them to come get that thing for 3 months. And then one day when I went outside, one day I didn't even have to go outside. Somebody just knocked on the door and say, ma'am, is that your car outside? And I'm like, mm-hmm. He was like, well, I got it hooked up to the tow truck. Is there anything you want to get out? And I had cleaned out my van completely so many times, waiting on them to come get it. And the time that they came and got it, I had so much junk in there. I was like, take that. I don't want it. Just take it. He was like, you sure you don't want to get nothing out? And I left almost everything in there, y'all. But the point of this story is I didn't have anything. I was catching the bus to a food pantries. I had my little basket, my little buggy. I lived upstairs in my apartment, and I was ready to go. And that's going to be another story time, you guys. Multiple reasons why I wanted to hurry up and do van life, because of the circumstances, the situations of where I lived at, and other things that were going on around me that were out of my control. I had no control. And, sometimes people could say, well, a person is a control freak. I'm the oldest of 6 children. And I had to be the mother to my sisters and brothers. And one of my sisters told me, you controlling, you bossy. And I was like, I'm not bossy, I'm your mama. Do you argue with your mama when your mama tell you to do something? Do you argue with her? I had to be your mama, girl. I ain't bossy, I was your mama. So anyway, I don't like being in situations where I don't have control. I don't like being in situations where my life is going to be affected and I don't have control. So I'm going to talk about that in another video. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to exit stage left to the apartments that I was living in. So I was living in these apartments. I had just voluntarily repoed my van, and I was catching the bus to food pantries. I did not have an income. My income was $0. I did not have an income, and I was not receiving any government assistance or anything like that. So I had to rely on the food pantries, but I got up, I caught the bus, I went to the food pantries and came back home tugging all that food, and was still on YouTube researching van life and all of that good stuff, and just praying, because one of the worst things that I hate in life is being without transportation. I don't care if it's raggedy. I don't care if it's a hoopty. I don't care if it's a bicycle. I don't care if it's a trike. If I could ride in it, it's better than being without transportation. So I was just praying to God for some type of transportation, y'all. But I really didn't want any type of transportation. I really wanted a van to do van life in. And I started praying. I started supplicating. I started talking to God. I started just looking on Craigslist. Every time you look around for other vehicles, I started watching all the van life videos that I could possibly watch. I stayed busy. I didn't let my mind be idle. The Bible says that an idle mind is the devil's workshop. The devil will have you believing that you will not be able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish because you're idle and you're not staying busy and you're not trying to accomplish them, and you don't actually even think you could accomplish them either. Because if you did, you get your butt up and do something. Even if it's cleaning out your house, purging, watching videos, encouraging yourself, just picking up cans, whatever you need to do. Whatever you need to do. So praying, just whatever you need to do. So I just continued to pray, and when my means to my van it came out of nowhere. It came unexpected. My dad I didn't have a good relationship with my dad. He was an abusive husband, an abusive father, and he was very violent, very vulgar. So I usually would try to avoid him at all costs. He was paralyzed. He has been paralyzed since I was 12 years old. And even though he was paralyzed, he was still very violent and angry. And so my dad would call a mutual friend and tell a mutual friend to tell me to come by, and he had something for me, and I wouldn't even want to go by and get it. Like sometimes he would say he had something for me, and I'd wait 2, 3, 4 months to go get it because I knew it was going to come with aggravation and agitation, and I just didn't want it. And so my dad had called a friend of mine and told my friend to tell me to come get some money he had for me. I went to go get the money, and I think he gave me $400 or $500, and I seen my dad, and I was like, my dad has never told me he's loved me. He has never been affectionate towards me. My dad has called me every name but the child of God. He didn't even call me every name but my real name. That's why I don't like nicknames, y'all. I do not like nicknames at all. Call me Vanessa. That is my name. Because, baby, In the hood, people call you every name but the child of God. They call you every name but your name, and them don't be no good names. So I just don't want to be called. I might get a flashback. I might be like, huh, what you talking about? What you just called me? I might get hood on you. What you just called me? So, my dad didn't call me every name but the child of God, girl. You would, girl, the way my daddy talk, you would think that I wasn't even his child. You would think that he didn't even have children. You would think that a man that talk like that don't have no children, let alone no daughters. So, when I went to go get the money from my dad, I said, Daddy, I love you. He's like, oh, yeah. I say, Daddy, you gonna tell me you love me? I was like, Daddy, you ain't never told me. I say, I'm 50-something years old, and you ain't never told me you love me before. And he was like, he ain't gonna never tell me either. I say, Daddy, this could be the last time. These are my specific words. I say, Daddy, this could be the last time you see me. And you're gonna leave this earth without telling me that you love me. And he pretty much said, yeah. And a couple of weeks later, my dad passed away. And he wasn't sick at that time for me to even say that. That was just a conversation that God had put on my heart. I was trying to hug him. I was trying to tell him I love him. I was trying to receive love back from him, but he was not open and receptive to that. And a couple of weeks later, he passed away. And my aunt, his twin sister, contacted me and asked me to meet her somewhere close to my apartments that I could just walk to. And so I just walked, and I met her at a Subway close to my apartments. And she said, I want to give you this. And she gave me a quilt that she had made for my dad, and she gave me some other stuff. And because I was hoping to do van life, I didn't really need like all of this other stuff, but I took it. And so she gave me this little wallet, and I opened up the wallet, and it had like some fake money in it. And I was like, why she gave me that? And I was really annoyed with that, to be honest with you. I'm like, why she gave me that? I was like, why you gave me that? She's like, because I wanted to. So then she gave me a card, and I opened up the card, and the card had money in it. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, your daddy wanted you to have this. And I know that my daddy probably didn't tell her to give me anything. Like, I don't know. But she said, your daddy wants you to have this. And I was like, really? So I went back to my apartment, and I counted the money. And it was $2,000. And I was like, I wasn't thinking that $2,000 was going to be enough to get a vehicle. So I called a friend that I had borrowed money from before, and I asked the friend, could they lend me some money to go with the $2,000 so I could get a vehicle? And they was like, no. So I was trying to think of ways that I could come up with some more money to put with that money, because I didn't think it was enough. And then I watched this video of this other YouTuber who has a YouTube channel, and he has a bus. I watched his video, and he had somebody go to the auction for him and get a school bus, and they got it for a good price. So I sent him a DM on Instagram, and he put me in contact with a guy who goes to auctions to get school buses. And the guy was trying to help me find a school bus, but the auctions were going out for more money than I could afford, like $5,000. And I just was crying out to God because I didn't have enough money. And then the guy, he just talked to me, and he was like, Vanessa, why don't you just, he said, you just need to get in a vehicle. Why don't you just get a van? And that sounded good, fine and dandy, but I was like, I wanted to get something reliable. I know I'm not going to get nothing reliable for $2,000. He was like, Vanessa, you could get something for $2,000 just to get you into van life. And so God wanted me to, I believe the reason why God didn't let anybody help me get the rest of the money to get the van was because God wanted me to get the van on my own, trust in him, depend on him, rely on him, and not put my faith in man, but put my faith in him, and also show the other people that could have helped me but chose not to, show them that God wanted to show them that God loves me enough that he's going to provide for me, and what he provides for me is going to be enough. And just because you didn't help me don't mean I'm going to do without. Sometimes God is doing it in your life. Sometimes you're upset and you're mad at other people because you know they could help you and you think they should help you, and you're mad at them because they won't help you. You have to accept the fact that God might not want them to help you. God might want you to rely, to depend, and to trust in him wholeheartedly, 100%, and he might want you to trust that what he provides for you will meet your needs. I didn't think I would be able to buy a van for less than $2,000, let alone $1,300. Girl, where they do that at? Where do they do that at? So I tried to call this man. I had looked in Craigslist and I seen this van. I think it was $2,500. I tried to call him. I got in contact with him the first time and I asked him some questions about the van, and I told him I wanted to get ready to come and look at the van. But then when I tried to call him back, he would not answer the phone. So then a week go by and he still won't answer the phone. So I'm looking on Craigslist. The van goes down in price. And I'm looking on Craigslist another week. The van go down in price, but I'm calling this man and this man will not answer his phone. So I said, I don't know if the man not answering the phone because he just don't want to talk to me, or if he just ain't answering the phone. So I go get an app and get another number. And I call a man. This man answered the phone, y'all. I don't care. At this point, I don't care what the reason that he wasn't answering the phone. He answered the phone. And I was like, sir, I talked to you a couple of weeks ago and I am interested in coming to see the van. And he was like, well, can you come see it today? I was like, yeah, y'all. I was like, yeah, I ain't had no ride. I didn't know how I was going to get there. I didn't know how I was going to get there, y'all. And the main person that I could have called to ask to take me there was out of town. And I think God didn't want me to rely on that person. So I had called another friend and asked another friend, would they be able to take me to go see the van? And they said yes. But then they called me back and they was like, I'm not going to be able to go. But earlier that morning, I had talked to one of my subscribers, and one of my subscribers said, that lived in Houston, said, Vanessa, they was getting off of work and they needed to go straight to bed. But they was like, Vanessa, if you need me to take you to go look at that van, call me back and let me know. So after my other friend had said no, I knew the other person was almost on their way home, but I called the other person back and I was like, my other friend won't be able to take me to go look at the van. Can you please go take me? They was like, I'm on my way. And they took me to go look at the van. We was outside waiting on the man. up to me. What does she want? What do you want? Stop! I could sit here all day, you guys. Beautiful. Say hey. Say hey. Hey. What you doing, Vanessa?